In this video, I will show you how to create Salesforce case from Elementor Form submission automatically. So assume that you are receiving lot of queries, suggestions, feedbacks or issue related to your product via Elementor contact form which you have embedded on your website, and now you want to sync those queries into the form of cases into the Salesforce, that too automatically, so that your support team can easily handle those questions and issues directly from the Salesforce itself. Then this video is for you, because here I am going to teach you whenever a new query is received via form, how you can create the case into the Salesforce automatically and immediately. So if you also want to set this automation for yourself, then come with me and I will show you everything step by step. So this is the contact form I have created using Elementor Form, and I want to send these queries into the Salesforce automatically. For that, I'll have to first build an integration in these two applications, which I am going to do with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an integration and automation software. And I'm an existing user, so here you can notice I'm already logged in. You can also create your free account in Pabbly Connect in just 2 minutes from the sign up free button, and in the free account you will also get free tasks to test this automation. Now once you will reach to the dashboard, click on this blue button, that is create workflow, and then provide a random name to your workflow, to your automation. Okay, so I have provided the name as create Salesforce case from Elementor Form submission. Okay, now simply click on create, and then you will notice 2 boxes in front of you. Okay, so these are called as trigger and action, and here the trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So whenever this happens, then automatically do this. Try to understand with an example also. Let's say whenever a sale happen in a payment gateway application, then automatically send an email via Gmail application to your customers. Okay, so this is how you need to always select the applications in which you are building an automation. Okay, so according to our use case, whenever any new form submission, basically whenever any new query is received via Elementor Form submission application, via Elementor application, then automatically send those queries into the Salesforce application. Okay, so I have selected both the application in this trigger and the action window. Okay, and now the idea here is I'm going to connect both the applications one by one with the Pabbly Connect. Okay, so firstly you'll have to select the trigger event, that is new form submission is received, and as soon as I select this trigger event, you will notice a webhook URL. Okay, and with the help of this webhook URL only, we are going to build a connection in Elementor Form and Pabbly Connect. Okay, so you'll have to follow these instructions carefully. Firstly, copy this webhook URL, go back to the Elementor page. Okay, so these are several pages, and in one of the page I have embedded this contact form. Let me first edit this form in front of you, and then I am going to paste this particular URL into the form. Okay, so I'll show you how you can do that. Alright, so whatever the form you have created, firstly you will have to select that form, and after that you will find several options into the left hand side. Okay, so here you can notice this webhook option. Okay, firstly you will have to select this actions after submit. In that actions after submit, select this webhook option, and sorry for that, and after that you will notice this webhook option. So here exactly we are going to paste the same webhook URL which we have received from Pabbly Connect. So all right, I have pasted the same, clicking on this button update. Okay, and then I am going to preview this form. Okay, so when this webhook is added into this form, that means the connection in Pabbly Connect and Elementor Form is actually done. And how we can test this? So firstly read the instructions. It is waiting for the webhook response. Okay, so it is asking that now log into the application where you have added the webhook URL and do a test submission record, so that the data can be recorded here in the webhook response. Okay, so basically it is asking to do a test submission or record. Okay, and here the test submission means creation of a new form submission into this form. Okay, so let me show you. This is my contact form which I am going to submit in front of you. Okay, so I have firstly previewed that form, and then I am going to make a dummy submission. Okay, so assume that a customer is trying to reaching out to you because he is having some issue. Okay, and the name of the person is demo, the last name of the person is user, the email address is demo@pabblytudes.com. all right, and the phone number, again I am going to provide a dummy phone number, something like this. All right, so I have provided a 10-digit number, and finally I am going to share some query. Hello team, I have recently bought a speaker from your website but that speaker is not working. I would like to return the product and I want my full refund. Thanks. Okay, so assume that assume that the customer is facing an issue with some product for which he is writing to the team. Okay, clicking on submit, and as soon as the submission is made here, you will notice that the same form submission data will be received via Pabbly Connect. Here you can notice that the response is received. Let me show you the details one by one. Okay, so here we have the name of the form, here we have the whole query of the customer, here we have the same phone number, the last name, the first name, and the email address. Okay, so the presence of this data clearly shows that the connection in between Elementor Form and Pabbly Connect is working absolutely fine. And now onwards, what will happen? Every time someone is going to submit your Elementor Form, the details of that form will be captured via Pabbly Connect instantly, because this trigger will instantly capture the new incoming data and the workflow execution will start in real time. And once the data is captured here, once the query of the customer is captured here, I want to send this data to Salesforce and create a case so that my support team can easily handle this particular case, can easily handle this particular ticket. Okay, so how you can do that? Firstly, you'll have to select the application, that is Salesforce, and in the action event you'll have to select this create a record. Simply click on connect, and just like we have connected Elementor Form and Pabbly Connect, now I am going to connect Salesforce and Pabbly Connect, for which I am clicking on this connect with the Salesforce. Okay, it is going to ask you the access of Salesforce, but because I am already logged in, so instead of asking me the access, it is asking me for the permission. So I have clicked on that allow button, and this is how the Salesforce and Pabbly Connect will be connected. Alright, so here you can notice it is connected, and now it is asking the object. Okay, let me show you. Here it is asking the Salesforce object. Okay, so basically on which object you would like to work upon. Okay, so here I would like to create a case into the Salesforce, so that is why I have selected case in the Salesforce object. And now further it is going to ask you lot of information like the contact ID, the account ID, the asset ID, and several other details, along with the case type, along with the case subject and the case description. Okay, here you can notice it is also asking for the subject and the description of the case. Okay, so I'm going to provide the important details one by one, only the required fields. Firstly, it is asking several kind of IDs, so here I'm going to provide the data only into the important fields, that is the subject. Okay, and in the subject I am going to provide something like a new query is received, because I have not included any topic name into the form, so that is why I do not have any subject separately. Okay, so I can write something like new form submission is received from website. Okay, from website. Every time someone is going to submit the form, the case will be created with this particular subject, new form submission is received from website. Okay, or I can also write new query is received. Okay, new query of customer is received from website. And in this description I am going to add the same description which we have received into our previous step. And the interesting thing is, I don't need to manually copy this particular query and paste it here. I'm going to map this data, and mapping is very simple. Click on this field and you will find the above data here in the drop down. Select that data, and this is how the details will be mapped. Now you must be thinking, what is this mapping? So whatever the details you are going to map here, these details will be replaced automatically when this automation will work in real time. Now I am going to click on this button in front of you, and then I will show you how the same case will be created here automatically into the Salesforce. And here you can notice that the response is received in Pabbly Connect. Let me first refresh this cases section, and here you can notice that a new query of customer is received from website. And if I will open this particular case, if I will open the case number, you will notice the description also which we have provided, that is, hello team, I have recently bought a speaker from your website, but that speaker is not working. I would like to return the product and I want my full refund, thanks. Okay, so now the support team is going to check this particular case and they are going to reply to the customer. But there is an interesting twist here. You can notice this customer field is blank because we have not provided any customer related data at the time of case creation. So from where the customer will get to know that from which particular customer this query has came from. Okay, so whenever you are creating the cases, make sure that you also provide the customer details so that support team can easily handle these queries and they can communicate with the customers. Okay, so for that you'll have to add one more step before this Salesforce step. Okay, so let me show you how you can do that. Click on this plus icon before the Salesforce action step and again search for the Salesforce, and this time before we create any new case into the Salesforce, firstly we are going to create this person as a customer into the Salesforce, as a contact into the Salesforce, and then we are going to map the ID of that customer into this contact ID field. Okay, and this is how you will notice the customer will be updated into the Salesforce. Okay, so let me show you, follow the instructions carefully. Okay, so firstly select the action event and again you will have to search for the contact, create a contact. Okay, so here you can notice the same action event. Now simply click on connect, and this time I can also go with the existing connection because I have already built the connection in between Salesforce and Pabbly Connect, and here you can notice it is connected. Now it is asking that what is the customer name who has raised a query. Okay, so let me provide the last name of the person, which was user. Asking for the first name, again I am going to map the same, and as I have told you initially, whatever the details we are going to map here, these details will be replaced automatically when this automation will work in real time. Lastly, I am going to map the mobile number and the email address of the customer. Now I am going to click on this button, but before that I am going to open the contact section in front of you and let me show you how many contacts I have. Okay, so I already have this demo user customer. Okay, so how about I delete this customer firstly, and then I will show you how the same customer will be created into the Salesforce automatically with the help of Pabbly Connect. Okay, so let me do that first. Alright, so here you can notice I have deleted both the customer. Now in front of you I'll click on this button, wait for the response, and once the response will be received here, I will check my contact section of Salesforce. Let me first refresh this contact section, and here you can notice now the customer is created with the same name, with the same email ID, where is the email ID, and with the same phone number. And now I can easily map the customer ID, the contact ID. Yes, in the response you can see this ID, and this is the contact ID which I am going to map here, so that whenever the case will be created, it will be created along with the customer details, and in this way the support team can easily handle these cases. Okay, so when you will click on this field, you will notice again the data of the Salesforce. Okay, so this is how you can map the ID of the customer. Now after mapping the contact ID, now I am going to directly click on this button in front of you, and you will see this time a new case will be created here into the Salesforce. Okay, so let me open the cases section once again. Okay, so the response is received, this is the cases section, and here you can notice with the same subject a new case is created, and let us check whether the customer details are updated this time or not. Okay, I'm sorry for that. And here you can notice the page has been refreshed and the customer with the same name has been created here. Now your support team will know that from which particular customer the query is arrived, at which particular date and time this query is arrived, and now they can easily handle this case, and now they can easily handle this customer because they have the customer details now. Okay, so this is how now onwards every time you receive a new query via your form submission, now you can sync those queries with your Salesforce cases automatically, and this is how your support team can easily handle those cases. Now you do not have to do anything manually, and to automate this process entirely, you need to create this automation inside Pabbly Connect just once. After that, you can sit back and relax because Pabbly Connect will take care of all the tasks in the backend. You do not have to do anything manually. Okay, well, this automation was all about the new customer. Yes, whenever a new customer with completely a new and unique ID will submit this form, how to create that customer as a contact into the Salesforce, and then how to create a case for that customer along with all the customer information. But what if the customer submitting the form is actually an existing customer? In that case, of course, you cannot create that customer as a new contact because that customer is already exist into the Salesforce dashboard. Okay, so in that case, in place of adding this create contact action event, you will have to add the search contact action event, basically search record action event, and then you can easily fetch out the customer ID of that existing customer, which you can easily map into the customer ID field while creating the case. And this is how you can create the same automation for the existing customers also. And just in case, if you want to build both the scenarios, like if the customers filling out the form is a new customer, what should be done, and if the customer who is filling out the form is an existing customer, what should be done, in that case you'll have to apply the router, which is an amazing feature of Pabbly Connect, via which you can build different kind of conditions within your workflow, within your automation. If you also want to learn that, don't worry, I will attach a video into my description box so you can easily build that kind of scenario as well. Now it is completely up to you whether you want to create a scenario for the new customers, for the existing customer, and for both kind of customers, that is new as well as existing. Okay, and just in case, if you want to access this same automation inside your Pabbly Connect account, I will also attach the link of my automation into the description box. You just need to click on that link and sign up into the Pabbly Connect, and then you will be able to access this workflow, this automation inside your Pabbly Connect account, that too for free. Not just these applications, you can integrate multiple applications and automate your business with Pabbly Connect. You can ask your queries at forum.pabbly.com. My team will surely answer to your questions. This is the website of Pabbly Connect, and for the latest updates of Pabbly Connect and unique automation ideas, you can join our Facebook group, that is formget.deals. If you have found this video helpful in any way, share it with your friends and colleagues and also help them to automate their business. Like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video.